And we are live. Hello and welcome everyone. This is a wonderful day for us all. It's a beautiful sunny day here, which is a reflection of all our light, isn't it? Are we live, girls?
Yes, we are.
Okay, great. Angel Heart Radio would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of all lands and pay our respects to the elders past, present and future. Thank you. For they hold the memories, traditions, cultures and hope of all Indigenous people everywhere, and indeed of us all as a collective nation of beautiful souls here on earth. Listen to those birds. Wow, it's fabulous to have that. Okay. Angel Heart Radio programs should not be used to replace your legal or medical advice, nor your own sound judgment. In truth, nothing can dim your magnificence. You are a divine spark, a universal light. You are here on purpose. You are part of a divine plan, and it's our joy to support you. We're here to celebrate you. Welcome to Angel Heart Radio. Powered by love, Angel Heart Radio is brought to you by AngelLight777.com. Real-life angel experiences shared by everyday people on A Vision of Angels with Anayah and Carol on Angel Heart Radio starts now. Hello and welcome everyone. Oh, what a gorgeous time to be with you. I'm full of incredible. I want to make a wonderful announcement and thank you to everyone, every single one of you. Who've made this happen. We are an incredible team. I tell you what, here we go. This amazing book, Gateway to an Enlightened World, which came out about 24 hours ago on Amazon, has gone to #1 bestseller in 7 countries, with 35 places in incredible categories with 8 #1s. And to celebrate, I know, I'm so excited. I'm an author in this, everyone. Woo. And to celebrate, they're extending the opportunity for you as a thank you for everyone who hasn't gotten their copy yet and wants to get it at $1 US, which is about $1.50 here in Australia. You'll find all the links. They're on my Facebook page. They're on Angel Heart Radio, Angel Light 777 on Facebook. So you have, so many beautiful opportunities to go buy yourself a copy. And hey, who knows where we're going to go? How many countries are going to be #1 bestseller in? It's an international bestseller. It's extraordinary and wonderful. So thank you all once again. On A Vision of Angels today, we have a really wonderful, wonderful, wonderful friend and guest, Marcia Martin. And of course, we have our beautiful host, Carol Ann Cross. Good morning, Carol.
Good morning, Anayah, and what an exciting day today is. Well, yesterday was extreme excitement and wondering how it was going to go. And today we've found the news that it's all happened, and it's just wonderful. And congratulations to all the co-authors and to Dr. Ruth Anderson, and of course Archangel Michael, who's been behind this all the way right from the beginning. So congratulations to everybody.
Welcome, thank you. And exciting news, Volume 2 is going to come out a bit later in the year, and Carol, you're an author in that wonderful volume.
Yes, I am. That one comes out on the 5th of December, so we'll let everybody know, because you'll have the same opportunity to purchase it for $1 US on the release date. Launch date.
Yeah, I know, and I'm so excited, Carol. I'm very excited that people get to. The angels came in really strongly, but Marcia, we haven't gotten yet. But the angels came in really strongly, and they showed us all about bathing in these waters of hope and encouragement and support. And in fact, I had a message from someone yesterday who said they were a little bit blindsided by my chapter. The intensity of it, and it was wonderful for them because it opened up a conversation for us about what they were experiencing as well. So already I can see this fabulous book is doing its work, which is bringing us together and giving us all a voice about our personal transformation, personal freedom, and what's happening for us. That's supplying the energy for us to really experience this in wonderful ways. So, yeah, thank you all. Okay, it's a Vision of Angels Day on Angel Heart Radio. Oh, it's always so beautiful. We have Marcia Martin with us today, and so many of you know Marcia from her wonderful podcast on Angel Heart Radio. Marcia, when's your podcast on?
Sundays in the US at 4, and then Australia, it's Monday at 10.
At 10. There you go. Thank you. Thank you so much. Marcia has a wonderful program, and Marcia's main focus is heart healing with the angels, basically.
Always
But today, always with the angels, right? But today we're going to talk about what Marcia's journey is, what yours, you know, how it works for you, Marcia, what your life is like with the angels. So Marcia Martin, welcome to A Vision of Angels on Angel Heart Radio.
Well, thank you so much. What is my life like with the angels? What a great question. I can't imagine I can't imagine not having them anymore. And I spent so many years without them that I regret. So if you are new on the path, if you are just wondering, oh, I wonder if the angels would care about me, or if it's okay to ask the angels to come and be part of my life, don't waste one more minute wondering or thinking about it. Just dive in. Begin the friendship today. It is the most wonderful thing, the most beautiful gift you can give yourself and your family. Because as you grow, and you will, as you grow in your understanding and your strength and your truth and your ability to love, that overflows into everyone who you are in close proximity with first, and then it just extends outward. So if you are questioning whether the angels are real or it's safe to put a toe in that water, go ahead, dive in. Don't just put a toe in, throw your whole self in. Learn to communicate with the angels. It is the best gift you will ever give yourself, and it makes your entire life easy, so much easier than it ever could be when you're doing it on your own. Doesn't eliminate all of the problems. Please don't come back and say, oh, I spent a week with the angels and I still got a flat tire, or I still had to live my life. Yes, you will. This is not, the angels don't say, okay, now we'll do it all for you. They say, come join with us. We're going to be partners, and we're going to make it easier, and we're going to help you have the kind of influence that you've always wanted to have in a heart-centered way, in a way that is loving to all.
And isn't that so true, Marcia, that it is the friendship, it's the relationship.
Oh, yeah.
And the thing I really love about that, and I know because Carol and I have lots of conversations about this in our everyday lives as well.
Yes.
The thing I really love about that is often in our earthly relationships, we can have miscommunication. We can have days where we just don't seem to be syncing, days where we feel like we might be at loggerheads, but it doesn't happen like that for me with the angels. And it doesn't matter how many times I ignore their very good guidance. There's never a recrimination, Carol, is there? We always have that constant, unyielding, unending, unconditional support, don't we?
Yes, we do. And they know that we're going to have our little ups and downs in our everyday human life, and that's part of what it's all about, because we need to have those so that we can experience it. That's why we're here on this plane, to experience those perhaps dark moments or not so pleasant moments, or just a little hiccup on the day. But the wonderful thing is that they're always there beside us, and all we need to do is talk to them. And that's that's the easiest thing to do. Just sit there and have a conversation, and you'll find that it'll change everything. But we've always got to remember to ask them. They can't step into our lives and do things for us unless we ask them. We have to ask them, and then we have to
free will, isn't it?
Yeah, it is free will.
So, you know, I often, people say to me, well, hang on a second, you know, if they're so loving and so good and so kind and so, you know, amazingly gift giving, why can't they? And I just feel very, as a personal thing, that free will wouldn't be free will, would it? If any being, divine or not, like a person on the planet, could just step in and take over your life for you. Marcia, it's just that way, isn't it? And it's the invitation. Where did I read that thing, Carol? You might have seen it, Marcia, you might have seen it, that, and this really applies to me, is I don't pray to angels. I talk to angels. I pray to God.
Oh, yeah.
I talk to angels. Oh, angels, you know, I just need some clarity, or angels, I don't know what in the sandhill I'm doing. Shine a light. Will you just give me a reflection of where, you know, I'll be most suited or whatever. How do you talk to angels, Marcia? What in your personal life? Because this is the great thing about a vision of angels, isn't it? I want to give you Marcia's website and encourage you to go and visit her. But we're talking to Marcia Martin, the person today. Marcia Martin is also a professional person in the world with a business, but we're talking to the person. But before we talk to the person, what's your website, Marcia? How can people contact you?
Marcia Martin, the Heart Healer. So it's Marcia spelled Marcia, but it's Marcia Martin, thehearthealer.com. And it is filled with angelic information. My blog is all channeled. So if you want or enjoy direct communication, the blog is all channeled. And there are many, many resources on that website to help you that are all designed to help you further your journey. I really put my focus on practical spirituality, because if we can't use it in our daily lives, it's not going to help us. So,
so let's talk about your daily life. Let's talk about your daily life, Marcia. How is it that in your own personal way, how do you, say you're having a tough day, say you're having the day from hell, for example, and I've had plenty of those in my life. How do you put this practical spirituality into application when there's no camera on you, you've got no microphone or studio, you're just Marcia? How do you do that? What does it mean for you?
It's a conversation. It's a lifestyle. It's a conversation. And actually, I've been doing this now for so long that where I live now is quite a free and accepting place of angels. But I walk a lot. And when I walk, I'd like to talk with them and have these different conversations and talk with them about, well, what do they think? And, you know, what if I do this or that? Or I'm always tossing ideas to them to get a picture of it. And in the beginning of these walks, I would get these just really odd looks, because I'm for some reason it works better for me if I talk out loud. So I'll be saying, so what do you think, angels? And this is what I was thinking. And then I wait and I'm listening to them, and I get their reply, and I hadn't looked at it that way, but now that you have pointed that out to, and I would walk by people and they would be like, because I know there were no cell phones. And so now I have the prop of headphones. So I just walk around and pretend that I have someone on the phone with me and nobody notices. Now where I live, they probably would care less. But it used to be, I would get all these and I would think, wonder why they're looking so strangely at me. And then I would realize, oh, this is all out loud. This whole conversation. And it just, you know, you kind of go in this other realm anyway. So I'm not really paying attention to the fact that it's all out loud. And I'm talking to these beings that they can't see and they can't hear. And I'm having this really animated discussion. So my new way of doing it, I would just put my headphones in and having that.
That's a really clever idea. I'm paying attention. I'm just checking Facebook in case anybody's making any comments.
I want to say something. I can remember once a while ago, I read this funny story, and somebody had said, well, I work with the angels all the time. And if you see me walking along and you think I'm talking to myself, I'm not. I'm having a board meeting with all of my employees and my staff. And I thought, how clever was that? You know, so that really tickled my fancy.
Oh, that's wonderful. You know, someone else said to me, and I had the same thing happen, that if they're on the way to a meeting or somewhere where they're going to actually be channeling, they can't drive, because as I prepare for anything, even to be here just to talk with them, I'm automatically, oh, hi, everyone. So glad you're here. You know, in that other realm. And I've had to become really careful when I'm driving, because I'll wind up in some place I have no idea how I got there. They will keep me safe. You know, I'm an extremely good driver when they're there with me. I'm very alert, but it's like I wake up and I'm like, oh, how did we get here? So I've had to like, okay, guys, you really have to, you know, make sure, don't let me zone out so much that I don't even pay attention what street we're on. And so they, again, see, that's the beautiful way they work. I can say to them, oh my gosh, I keep ending up in these places where I have no idea how we got here. Please help me stay alert to when I need to turn. And you're very good, angels, at helping me obey traffic laws and be a great driver. But I also need to know where I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm going to end up
handy.
in another part of the city. So you can ask them to help you with anything. The only thing that I would advise is, remember, they are not in physical bodies. So they are not dealing with the same kinds of challenges that we are. And so it would never occur to them, pay attention to where you are driving. They got the idea, we have to keep you safe. So you have to have one brain channel going for pay attention to how you are driving, but they never get lost. So they never clued in that I would need to actually pay attention to where I was heading. And so you have to sometimes clue them into what it's like to be in a physical body, because otherwise it can get a little, everybody gets too in the etheric realm and forgets to be down here in the physical, and they're not in a physical body and they'll forget. So you don't yell at them, and you don't,
even if you do yell at them though, Marcia, they don't mind.
That's
I've
so
yelled
true.
at the angels.
That's
I have. And I've been so frustrated or upset. I don't know what I'm doing. And they always come in. I don't know about you, Carol, but they just always come in. It's like they're there. It's
Yeah,
all,
yeah. They wrap you in their arms again. And just recently I had to go somewhere very different, and I was following my nav man, and they'd done a lot of road work, so the navigator wasn't up to date, and all of a sudden I found myself in the wrong place. So I just, as I'm driving, okay, angels, tell me where to turn to get me back on track. And two turns later, I was back where I needed to be. And so, you know, they're very good at navigating, but they're also very good at wrapping you in their arms, their beautiful wings when you need that as well.
They completely understand that we're here having this journey, we're here having this experience, and that there are certain parts of those experiences that are going to include some frustration and some anger and some upset, and as you said so beautifully earlier, Carol, it's part of why we're here. It's part of our understanding, and the more that we have these experiences and love ourselves through them, and also, hey, Carol,
truly,
I know, really, truly,
truly,
and ask the angels, oh look, I'm just struggling. I've done this, honestly, it's wonderful. I've had times where I've said, I'm just really struggling. I'm so angry with myself over such and such. I'm struggling to let that go. Please help me to see a way to let that go. And they actually came in one day, Marcia, and they said to me, you know what? You're learning something valuable about this self-anger. Love yourself
Oh,
through
wow.
it. So then when I got that, it was like, I could let go of the guilt and then the extra anger because I was angry because I couldn't let go of my anger, right?
And they were,
You know what I mean?
why I love them so much is that there isn't an area in my life where I have said, don't help me. And they can help with do anything. But I want to speak to that point about free will that you said earlier. We have to remember, as unfun as it is to make mistakes, take a trip back and think, would you be where you are today if it had just gone smoothly without any mistakes?
That's
So
right.
every day I say, God, thank you for allowing me to have the free will to make a bad decision. And angels, thank you for catching me when I fall and helping me undo the damage that I've caused.
And you know, the angels, I want to jump in here because it's really a great point that you've just raised, Marcia. The angel said to me once, it was just so life-changing for me when I really got it and thought about it. It's a mistake. Have another take. And another
Right.
take, and another
Yes.
take, and another take. It's a mistake. That's all it is. But each one, and it's, I also love to saying to the angels, I'm struggling to see the value in that decision that I felt was so badly timed or whatever. Because when we get right down to it, there is no bad decision. There is no bad choice. Even though on the outside, you can have a crowd of thousands saying, yes, there is. Everything has
No.
value, Carol, doesn't it? Every single thing has incredible value. And if we encourage ourselves to tune into asking God, angels, spirit, creator, whatever, God, please show me the value that I can truly learn from this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, we do have to have these things happen in our lives. Otherwise, we're never going to learn and grow as a soul. And that's part of our journey in this lifetime, is to come back to experience, to learn, to grow. And sometimes we make a bit of a boo-boo, but they're always there to support us. They're always there to talk to us about it. What can we do to fix this up? Or they'll say, okay, this happened for a reason, and you could see what came from that. So next time we'll do it a different way, and then they'll help you to come through that and to understand.
Yeah.
And I want to share a time when, because everything is always evolving. So I had an opportunity to invest in a business, and my first response was, no, I'm not interested. And the person was very persistent, and I said, okay, well, angels, what do you think? I'm not going to do this unless you give me the go ahead. You show me what's for my highest good. What do you want me to do? How do you want me to proceed with this? Okay, you need to invest a very small amount of money. So I went ahead, and sure enough, the day comes that I'm supposed to make this investment, and I'm suddenly, I don't feel good anymore. The angels had, up until that point, I felt so sure, so certain, and just so, oh yeah, this is going to be great, and I can help children, and this is exactly what I want to do. Then I'm getting that feeling. Now, here begins the learning. So I say to myself, I don't feel good about this anymore, but I've given my word, so I have to go forward. I should have said, I don't feel good about this anymore. Angels, is this still the decision that you want me to, is this still what you want me to pursue? Or has something shifted? Have I already learned what you want me to learn? Have I already completed the experience? And do I need to do something different? So instead, I tell myself, oh, you've already given your word, so you have to keep your word. Okay, so I'm supposed to be repaid in a couple of months. A couple of months come by, and I start getting stories instead of my money back. Oh, I had this problem and that problem and this problem. Now, one of the things that I have struggled with is um, sticking up for myself and saying when something is not acceptable. So here we go. I've got stories. Oh, naturally, I say, oh, that's okay the first time. Take your time. I understand completely. Second time, I'm like, kind of choking on that. That's okay. Not feeling so good coming out anymore. Third time, I'm like, you have to get me something. Make sure that, make an effort. You're going to have to make an effort. So this continues, and the money gets paid back in little drips. And I finally go to the angels after months of this, and I said, I'm furious with you. I am absolutely livid. What were you thinking? And they start laughing. I'm like, now that's not funny, and I don't appreciate that either. And they're hee. I think I don't see the humor in it. And they said, look at you now. Look how strong you are. You were able to stand up for yourself and get your money back. And we knew you needed to experience that, to have the opportunity to learn how to say, no, I loaned you that money in good faith and I expect it to be returned. Okay, you can't pay the interest, that's fine, but I want the principal back. And I will make sure I will not do that again. So they were delighted. They were cheering. They were having a great time. Yay, we're so proud of you. We're so proud of you. So that one thing they do with me all the time is they love to tease me. Now, that they were not teasing me when they told me to make the investment, but they knew that they were going to get me the money back. And they knew that I needed to learn how to stand up for myself. So it was really for my highest good. It truly was perfect. But they will tease me all the time. And that's probably one of the most fun things about them, is that they will do silly little things when it doesn't matter. When it does matter, they've got your back 100%. They will never hang you out to dry when it really matters. But when it can be a silly little thing, expect them to joke around. They love to have fun. And if you will joke with them, they really love it. If you can't handle it, if it would hurt your feelings, if it would hurt you in any way, they're not going to do it. But it's things like we have this light that is on a remote control. Everybody else in the house can turn this thing off and on. I go to hit the button. Sometimes it goes off and then it'll go on. I mean, go on, off, on, and I'm like, angels, and they're like, hee. They think that's hilarious. I can't make this light go off. So
they help us to lighten up, don't they?
Absolutely.
Literally with the light. Help us to lighten up.
It's really ridiculous. And everybody in the house gets a good belly laugh. And, they
do have the best sense of humor, I have to say.
They
do.
You
know this as well, Carol, about how they help us to literally lighten our load with humor at various times and many times.
And yet they are right there to rescue you. And I have a wonderful angel story. People always say, have you ever seen an angel in person? And I used to say, oh no, until I guess it's been 3 years now. I was driving a really old car and needed to go to the grocery store. So I thought, well, it's been starting pretty religiously, and I really need to go to the grocery store. Can't wait any longer for a better car to get home. So I'm just going to run and pray that this thing works. So,
Oh, yeah.
as I park, the cars are nose to nose. There is no car, maybe in 3 spaces. So I hop in. It was only a couple of things, but I couldn't cook dinner without those particular things. So I was only gone a few minutes. And I come out and I don't notice that there is any car still in the lineup across from me. And I get in, and as soon as I get in the car, I get a call. Hey, I noticed that you took the old car. Is it starting? I said, well, I was just about to turn the key. I'll let you know. And I turn the key and it doesn't start. I'm like, oh no. And all of a sudden I hear knock, knock, knock. Not even on the window, on the windshield. I'm like, uh-oh, what the heck? I'm thinking, what's going on? I look up and here's this lovely man dressed in this crisp white shirt, has this lovely accent. And he said, are you having car trouble? I'm like, where did you come from? There was no one across from me. I could swear there were no cars across from me when I got in that car. And in the time that it took me to answer the phone and say, let me try, and the car not starting, somehow another car is directly across from me. And here's this lovely, lovely looking man in a very crisp white shirt. And I say, yeah, I'm having car trouble. And he says, no problem. Let me just help you. I'll jump it for you. I said, oh, don't worry. I have jumper cables. And so we get out my jumper cables. And of course, they're not long enough. And he says, don't you worry. He goes to his car, brings these jumper cables out. And I'm like, what the heck? They could have reached me in the grocery store. They were so long. I'm like, oh, okay. And he says, okay, now don't do anything. Just give it a minute. I'm saying, thank you so much. And I'm thanking him. And I said, oh, gosh, you're my angel for today. And I said, oh, let me ask you, and what is your name? Makes me cry. He looks at me and says, my name is Emmanuel.
Oh.
I went home and I in shock, drove home in complete shock. And I said, and I looked up, and of course the car was gone when I go to leave the parking lot. And I went home and I said, I need to know what Emmanuel, all the way home, I'm talking to the angels. Oh my gosh, I can't believe you just came in person. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I go home and I Google, what does the name Emmanuel mean? And it says, God is with you. The dam burst at that point.
Yeah.
It was a really tough time in my life, and they chose to show up in person.
Yeah.
And I have never forgotten that. They have not come back again in person. They're here constantly 24 hours a day.
That you know of.
Oh,
that
that's
you
true.
know of.
That
Yeah.
is true. I haven't.
And the blessing of a broken down car,
Mhm.
you know?
Oh,
It's the
absolutely.
blessing of a broken down car. And being open to that. It's the being open to it as well, isn't it, Carol? When
Oh,
we're open to miracles, it's not that they appear, it's that we recognize them.
yes.
Yes.
We recognise them for what they are. And that's all part of our working with the angels and with spirit, is recognising these things when they occur, because they are really special times, and we just need to be aware of it. It's all part of our connection that we build each and every day of our lives.
Yeah. Yeah. And I want to recognize everyone watching us on Facebook as well. I'm sorry, I'm not very au fait with Deb Goldberg. Honestly, she is such a champion at this. But I did notice we had some people watching us earlier. I just want you to know that we really value having you with us. Thank you so much for joining us. I just find that I'm not particularly great at doing two things at once. And it's while I'm looking at my phone, right? So thank you for being with us. Having that choice, that value, that creation, it's a tool of creation, recognition, and gratitude. Now, you could easily have just as easily have said, Marcia, oh, you're a stranger. I don't know who you are. Get away from my car, right? There are many roads that we could have taken, that you could have taken. And it just goes to show that there is value in every single choice. And when we open ourselves to the value of that, then we start to, our heart starts to expand in beautiful ways, and we start to get the energy of it. And we take that into our hearts, our minds, our bodies. And 3 years later or so, here you are, Marcia, and that feeling is still so profound for you. It's still moving for you.
Oh my gosh, yes. And it's such a perfect example of another way that the angels help us, and that is to help us let go of fear. If we feel that we are here by ourselves, no matter how wonderful your family is, if you feel that you're here by yourself, you're going to naturally be in a state of fear. There's going to be trepidation. What if I can't? What if I'm not enough? What if, what if, what if? When you begin partnering with the angels, you're no longer by yourself, and you have this incredible help that will push you when you need to be pushed and will comfort you when you need to be comforted, so that you know that you're not alone, and you're just that much braver than you would have been if you were trying to do it all on your own, and you can progress that much more quickly.
So what ways are you now braver? What are some of the ways, just 2 ways that you are now braver? Because of your relationship with the angels and because of your willingness to go down those paths with them.
You know, I've been talking with them for, well, it started in my 20s, and then I just, decided to dive off into the dark and kind of cut off all communication. But even the return visit has been pretty steady communication for at least 20 years. But even so, I remember when I do these writings. So I happen to have one that I did for someone.
I just happen to have one here.
I was going to, because I record them for people, and I was just about to do that. So I do these writings, and I remember when they came to me about the blog, they said, okay, now we really need you to get this out. Get this. It's not enough that you're just writing them. We're writing them to you.
So hang on, let me just ask you this then. Why was it not enough? Because this is a really great opportunity, Marcia, for you as an individual. Why do you feel it wasn't enough? What do you think was in that for you?
Oh, well, at this point, I'm working with Mother God, and she's saying, I need my message to get out. And, you're here scribbling away in your notebook, and that's lovely. And you're talking to a few neighbors, and that's nice. But the internet is available, and you need to get this out. So
it's expansion for you personally. Is it expanding you as an individual?
Absolutely. Because when they said, okay, now take this blog or take these writings and turn them into a blog, I immediately said, why would you come to me?
Yeah.
So it forced me to step out of, I'm not enough, I can't be a messenger, I don't know how to do it, no one will listen to me, all this silly talk that I was using to keep playing small. And it forced me.
Hang on, can I just stop you right there? Is it really silly talk, or is it just a reflection of a fear that you now, or fears that you've now been so lovingly shepherded through? Because here you are doing it. So is it really silly talk? You know what I mean? Do you understand what I mean by that?
Yes.
That's kind of a criticism. And really, you're amazing, because here you are, you're frightened of this. You kind of got all the roadblocks up, and yet you've done it anyway. You are doing it regularly.
Well, and certainly when I started, those fears were very real for me. I mean, I said, oh, no, why would you come to me? You've got the wrong person. No, no. Go next door. Try next door. They like you. It was very real for me. And I still, and here's something that I want people to know, because people often say to me, well, uh, do they sound like someone else? Or how will I know it's angels and not ego? So that's a two-part thing. And it's important that you understand both. First of all, yes, I hear them, but I hear my voice. I have now trained myself after all this time. So I actually know who is speaking to me based on the cadence, the vocabulary.
You can feel it, can't you?
Yes.
Energy.
I know their energies. I know.
And their phrasing, because the writing, I do so much writing with them. They phrase differently, they speak differently. There's a tempo and a speed. But now they'll also tell me, oh, it's Archangel Michael, or that I can see, oh, hi, Archangel Michael, what are you wanting to share? So yes, it's your voice, but if you listen carefully, you will be able to distinguish very quickly. The voice of the ego is generally not kind.
And it's right. It's always fear driven, isn't it? Oh, what do you want to do that for? People are going to laugh at you,
Right.
as opposed to, share this beautiful message because it's a gift to someone's heart.
And
there's a loving message and a fear-based message, and the ego, that's its job. And it's actually a blessing, Marcia, isn't it?
Oh, it's
because
a huge
then
blessing.
we have the choice. Do I go down the fear path or do I go down the love path? And Carol, I'd like to hear from you now about this, because you have taken many opportunities in your life, some quite recently, of really sharing deeply from the heart. You know what I mean? And it can look pretty easy, but it's not always, is it?
No, it's not always easy. And I can fully relate to the fact of you saying, Marcia, why would they choose me? Why would they want me? For all of these years and as things went along, I just thought, well, I'm nobody. Nobody would want to listen to me. But then that made me stick my head up above the radar, and it was necessary for me to do that, so that I didn't think small anymore. And I have an occasional day that I think, oh my God, what am I doing? What are they doing? Where are they taking me to? But it's just so exciting, and it's about trusting and believing.
Yeah.
And so don't ask me how the angels showed me how to do this, but I was just able to find out who was with us on Facebook. And our beautiful Terry Angel, hello Terry.
We love you, Terry.
With us. And what she has said is that the angels let us make our decisions. Sometimes I hear their nudge, and I ignore them, and I think about that later when I've not made the best choice. So, we all get our little nudges and things like that sometimes we listen to and sometimes we don't.
Sometimes we don't. And it's okay either way. The angels will never, ever, ever judge us or criticize us.
No.
And that is such an important and valuable point. Particularly, as you say, Marcia, when people say, well, how do you know? What if I think it's the angels and it's not? All you got to do is just close your eyes and take a breath. Put your hand on your heart. How do you feel? If you feel loved, it's the angels. If you feel criticized, it's your own inner workings helping you to, and I want to make a point here, helping you to let go of that. I always work in the light. People often say, how do you know it's not something nasty? Well, that doesn't exist in my world because I work in the light.
Exactly.
So always just surround yourself with light. I don't go down the whole path of what might be there, what might not be there. To me, that's irrelevant. Working in the light is working in the light. And that's it. There's no dark in the light. So surround yourself with light. Call on Mother God, Creator, great spirit, just angels as well. Surround yourself in a beautiful ball of light. Breathe it in, and that's it. You're there. Instantly, automatically. And if you feel yourself slipping, like your mind might be saying, oh, that's fine, do it again. Just keep doing it until it becomes an automatic thing. Just breathe in that light.
And brilliant point that you can ask. Here's another thing we really need to share. Faith is very different from asking the angels for support or clarification or for confirmation. So if I say, angels, can you please help me find a parking spot? And that's an easy one to use that will help you build your faith. Can you help me find a parking spot? And they help you find it. Thank you, angels. Now, let's pretend that you've built some faith, so you're used to working with them and talking with them, and you have a big decision. So angels, I have to make this decision. I need to know whether it's better to go with white or to go with black. Now, that's you being in faith. That's you saying, angels, I trust you implicitly. However, this is a huge decision for you. And so you may be feeling a little bit of trepidation about making sure that you heard them correctly. You can say again and again and again, angels, I know you answered me. I'm absolutely certain that you are guiding me toward my highest good, but I'm feeling a little wobbly about the answer. Please send me the answer again or send me confirmation. As long as we approach it, angels, I know you have answered me. You're still in a faith-based relationship with them. You're not digging up your seed. You're not undoing your work. It's only when we say, oh, angels, why didn't you answer? That's not faith.
Because that's when we're in our fear mode, isn't it?
Right.
And that's an okay mode to be in, because once we recognize that we're there, we then have that golden moment. Oh, okay, I'm choosing to step out of this. And it might be something simple for me, like, okay, so say I've got a decision to make, like you said, Marcia, and oh my goodness, I don't know what to do, which has happened plenty of times, I can tell you. So I might say to the angels, I request a most benevolent outcome for my recognizing the best choice for me. Thank you. Simple. And asking for that proof. Angels, I need proof. Show me proof in my physical world that means something to me and I will recognize comes from you.
And I also said
that's
to
a big
them,
one.
Yep, I've also said to them, you might need to send it 1,000,000 times. For whatever reason, I'm not seeing it or hearing it. I know you're sending it. We've got to stay not in an adversarial relationship with them. So we don't, angels, why won't you help me? That is, ego has jumped in and is preventing you. Fear has put a
yeah, we don't hear as well, do we? We don't recognize or feel that connection as well. So when I get in, and I still do get in that place from time to time. I mean, I'm going to be really honest about this. I've got no idea what to do, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not making light of it, because it's really uncomfortable at the time and scary as well. So it might be a matter of, angels, just please help me to recognize the symbols and the signs that you're sending me in ways that mean something to me.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's how
that's about us having that trust and belief. I'm just going to say something here, and I want to say welcome to all our friends from Facebook who are watching. And if we don't mention that you're here with us, we will acknowledge that at the end of the show with your comments. But the beautiful Terry has just said, when we were talking about the fact of, why would they choose us, etc. And Terry had said, I felt that way too. Why me? And I heard, why not you?
Oh, yes.
So, that is just absolutely beautiful. Thank you for that, Terry. It's always good for us to have that recognition that other people have felt that way, and then to get that wonderful act acclamation from the angels is just beautiful.
And one thing that Mother said to me, and we need to remember this, because when I went through this, I fought with her, no, I think you got the wrong person, and she reminded me that each one of us brings a particular skill, a different way of communication, a different aspect to it. And that's why they're asking you to do what they're asking you to do, because your way of presenting them is going to resonate well with someone and another, whereas Anayah, you're going to just be perfect for someone else. So they are calling as many of us who are willing to partner into this beautiful work. And it is a work. It's not, but I don't mean that work like labor. I mean, it is the most fabulous.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's the most fabulous movement that you're ever going to be part of. So they are calling as many people as will say yes into this movement. And there is a place for everyone. We don't have any competition within this angel community. There is no reason for anyone to fear, oh, Anayah's book went to #1. Well, my book might not, I don't want her to go. Don't fear competition. Cooperate. The better we all do, the more the world will step into this place with us, and the more that will be available for all. So you don't ever have to worry that you don't have enough, or that you
can't be enough or do enough. The angel said to me, no one can do what you've come to do in the ways that you've come to do it.
Yes.
And that's the thing. And I want to just give a shout out now to Ruth Anderson from Enlightened World Network, enlightenedworld.online. Can you check that for me, please, Carol? This woman she is amazing. Now, Ruth's the driving force behind this incredible book that we mentioned, and I'll mention again at the end of the show. And Ruth has actually shown in a very powerful way. Sherry Myers is another one. Sherry Myers, myangelprayer.com. Sherry's another fabulous example of this, gathering people together to work together in harmony and cooperation while sharing the space in very supportive ways, right? And that's exactly what you're talking about, Marcia. And when we do this, the old way was, well, it has to be about me. And the thing is, I mean, I'm in this book, I'm a co-author, so I have a chapter, which is beautiful. I'm really grateful for the opportunity. But there are many other authors in this book with wonderful chapters themselves. Here we are together. It's like a band of souls all coming together in support of one another. And one of the things that Ruth and her fantastic team have helped us all to really do, go and make sure you congratulate the other authors, be there for your fellow authors, love one another, support one another, give each other the joy in your heart. In the old days, it would have been, how do I compete with this author? How can my chapter be better than anybody else's? And isn't it great, Carol? We've stepped out of this paradigm and we continue to step out of the paradigm, Carol. Is that
I always like to, I'm excited and I'm not concerned at all about my chapter, because in my book, because it's going to be fine, it's going to be whatever it's meant to be. But I always like to think, when we're saying about, we're all unique and we all have our own skill sets, etc. I've always believed that we're all threads on the tapestry of life. And so all the threads all mix in together to make the tapestry, and we can only do that by being individual and have different skills that are required and needed in other ways. So and Terry has just said something, and she said, us humans love confirmation, in capital letters, love confirmation. Terry. And we've had a lovely lady, Diane Kelly, come on and say hello as well. So
Diane. Welcome, Diane. We love you. And Terry Angel, we have the great good fortune. I mean, the great, in big letters, good fortune of Terry Angel joining the Angel Heart Radio team. Yay! So
Lovely.
5th of December in Australia will be Terry's first show with us.
Oh, the 5th of December.
I know, the 5th of your launch date in the USA. So it'll be the 5th of December here, though. Launch date for Carol's book. Oh, I say Carol's book.
Carol's book.
Carol's book is the 5th of December USA.
Carol's
so
book.
December here. Yeah, right? I know, right? So here we are. We're standing in this incredible light of so many individuals and the collective. And that's why I was so excited the other day when the angel said to me about acknowledging the traditional custodians of all lands before our shows. And I suddenly got this sense, Marcia and Carol and everybody else, of here I am, right? Here I am in my little house in Australia, in Brisbane, Australia, and I'm on the land. I'm on Mother Earth. I have the great fortune of having the energies of Mother Earth coming up as I sit here, echoing my words out into the world. You know what I mean? And that's for us all. Yep. So acknowledging each other, it's becoming more important to acknowledge each other. It's so fabulous, isn't it? Yep. And it then stands for us all, because I acknowledge you, Marcia. I acknowledge your heart. I acknowledge your wisdom, and I acknowledge the steps that you've taken. I mean, I won't go into them, but you and I know what they are in your own radio show.
Oh, yeah.
Of speaking into the world, what you have to share. And Carol, I acknowledge you and your steps, and and I won't say we've been fearless, because I certainly haven't, and I bet you haven't either, Marcia. I know you haven't, Carol. I've never been fearless, honestly, never in my life. But I am willing. And I'm about to take another decision, which I won't go into here, but another decision that is scaring the heck out of me. But I'm going to do it because I feel it's right.
And I would like to acknowledge you, Anayah, for the beautiful, beautiful soul that you are, and all that you share with everybody who knows you, those who come into contact with you through your radio shows, but everybody out in the world, because your love ripples out to reach everybody. So I acknowledge you.
I love you, Carol.
I love you too, darling. We're just such a great team.
We are a great team, and I often say to Carol, she's my right wing girl. You know, some people have a right hand person. I have a right wing girl. And Marcia, you know, when I look at the symbology of the wings, and the wings are so beautiful, aren't they, for so many reasons? But here you are, you're the feather in the wing of Angel Heart Radio.
Oh, thank you.
And by extension, Angel Light 777, because Angel Heart Radio and Angel Light 777 have merged, right? And I couldn't believe that, like, it took me so long to get the message. Angel, I can never do, yes, I can, look at that. Angel Light 777, Carol's angelwings.com, Marcia Martin, thehearthealer.com.
And they called the technique that they shared with me Angel Heart Healing. So
Angel Heart Healing, and that was before Angel Heart Radio.
Yes, it was.
So Carol, can I just confirm with you that it was enlightenedworld.online?
Yes, it is, enlightenedworld.online.
Thank you. And I'd also like to acknowledge Sherry Myers, myangelprayer.com. Sherry has created with beautiful, I was going to say authors, and really we've created these incredible angel prayers. There's a new skill on Alexa.
Beautiful.
So people can now ask for an angel prayer, and there are beautiful categories, and there are free prayers there. Go and check them out. And for, you know, the price of less than a cup of coffee a month, you can have access to many. So as a team, as a group, and we're not actually affiliated in the sense that, you know, but we are affiliated in the heart sense, aren't we? In the light sense.
Well, and, you know, Mother God came to me again, gosh, I guess it's 6 months now. No, almost, might be a year. And she said, I want a movement. And I said, a healing hearts movement. And I said, okay.
I love it.
What has
healing.
she created? Then right after that, Sherry says, and Alexa has a skill, so we're going to start putting prayers out. And then I want you to meet Anayah, and she has a radio network. We are building this movement all in different parts of the world just by opening our hearts and saying yes to the challenge that is being issued. And the challenge is not an obstacle. Challenge, I mean, Mother is saying, rise to the occasion, create a movement. Let people know that it's safe to expose their heart, and that there are loving people in the world, and that we, meaning Mother, Father, God, are a force for only love. And that is something that I want people to understand.
And feel, it's having the feeling of it, Marcia, isn't it? When you come into that understanding, there's a certain feeling, there's a certain ripple, there's a certain, I mean, you know, it's no secret, I know, but I get very excited about all of this. And that's that feeling I'm talking about. It's a feeling in my heart, and it's like bubbles, you know, it's like champagne bubbles, but it's not a giddy, I'm drunk kind of feeling. It's a, oh my God, how amazing to feel like this kind of feeling. Thank you.
It's an expansion. And please understand.
Expansion. Yeah.
God is only,
sorry, love. Sorry.
Just understand God is only love. If you are being told, jump off a cliff and hope that you know how to, that your wings will open, that is not God. God does not throw you under the bus and say, I hope you're wearing body armor. That's not from God.
I love that. I love that, Marcia, and it's so true. That's so true. You'll never need body armor with God.
God will push you. They will ask you to be more than you thought you could be. Absolutely.
And then you find out that we are more than we ever thought we could be, but we are already that. It's just stepping into it. We are already amazing. When the angels first said to me, remember your magnificence, I thought they were just insane. And when they first asked me to write, I did say to them, have you lost your angelic minds? You know I can't spell right.
Oh,
and they just said,
so beautiful.
And they just said, it doesn't matter. We make up words all the time. So you're going to have creative spelling all over the place. So it was
let's remember, okay, I taught elementary school, so I'm going to go into my teacher persona here for a moment. Doesn't matter. Here's what matters. When you write from your heart and use spell check. It's on every computer.
Oh, you know, spell check doesn't even work for me half the time. I can spell check, but what it's showing me is, are you going to let that stop you? Because I said to them, people will think I'm stupid. And they said, does it matter?
Well,
you can actually, it kind of does, but I'm willing to go through that. And it turns out it really doesn't matter as much as I thought it was going to. But the thing is, they said to me, people will hear what you have to say regardless of your spelling. And people do. People do. And then I'm looking at the time, and we're kind of at the end of it all now. So we have a process that we love to share with our beautiful guests, and we love to give you our takeaways from today. What we got from you, Marcia. Carol, would you like to start?
Oh, what did I get from Marcia? Well, I loved your car story, and you know, I'm sure that most of us have had experiences that an angel has appeared to us without, and then all of a sudden they're gone when they've solved what the problem was. But I really loved that one, and especially the long jumper leads. That was really great. And I love the fact that Mother God had said to you that each of us brings a different skill, and that's something that I think we all need to be aware of. So thank you for sharing them with everybody who's watching the show today, and who will hear it later on. So thank you for that, Marcia. It's been a delightful morning. Thank you.
And for me, Marcia, one of the things I really heard you say today was, I took a note here because I wanted, about how you can have a situation that you're learning through. So with regards, was this the right decision for the investment of the money? And as you were sharing that, I could hear them. It was just magnificent. I could hear them saying that every choice you could have made had a fabulous outcome for you. So different roads all lead to the same outcome, which is enrichment for you in that case and for each of us. So there really are no wrong choices. So that meant a lot to me, and I just love that. So thank you for that. One of the other things I really loved that you shared today was your willingness to feel your fear and go ahead anyway. And what I especially loved today, I just think this is golden, and I reckon I'm going to use it time and time again, is with God, you don't need body armor. He's never going to throw you under the bus. I love that. That was so fabulous. It was just wonderful and just so pertinent to everything that we've been speaking, and succinct. I love that. It was great. So thank you so much, Marcia.
You're welcome.
Today.
Well, I realized that I had lived my whole life being afraid. I was afraid from morning till night. And it's only when I really went all in, I didn't go all in until I had completely lost everything, every vestige of safety that I knew had been taken from me. So I had no choice. I wouldn't suggest that you wait that long. It really wasn't pleasant, but it was effective, because it was sort of like, okay, I've lost everything I've ever counted on in terms of feeling safe. So I guess I got to trust you. And sure, I could have said no to the money, to loaning this money, and that opportunity to grow would have come at a different time. So please, here's the other thing I want us to remember. People have said to me, oh, you have to do it now. You have to do it now. And I would think, oh, my stomach is really getting that doesn't feel good. Oh, you have to do it right now. If you don't, strike while the iron is hot. You know what? Feel good in your heart. If it doesn't feel good to you, this is not the right opportunity for you. And if you trust the energetic realm, and you can call them whatever you want to call them, but as long as you stay in a place of trust, they can work with you to bring you an opportunity that does feel good to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You don't
the
have
to. Is always hot, basically, isn't it? The iron is always hot.
Yes, you don't have to run around feeling like your hair's on fire. If you don't take this opportunity, it's going to be the last one. Instead, come from a prayerful place, come from a place of open receptivity, and work with them. Angels, I'm just too scared to do it right now, or it doesn't feel good, or this is just not for me at this time. Please bring this opportunity back to me when I am able to take advantage of it. That is a much more mature response than, oh my gosh, I've got to do it now.
Oh, I've done the oh my gosh. Oh my God. I was doing it yesterday, wasn't it, Carol? Oh my God, the book's out. Oh my God.
That was the way it began.
And it's all good.
Constant, frantic. If I don't do it now, they're never going to talk to me again.
And you know what? It's time for us all to just be okay with who we are, where we are, how we are. And that's it, Marcia Martin. It's been lovely. Thank you so much for everything you've shared with us.
Ladies, I have loved this. Anytime I get to talk about the angels is a good day for me.
And it's fun on camera, isn't it? It's really fun doing it on camera. We can see each other. I love that.
It is.
So Marcia Martin, marciamartinthehearthealer.com. That's how you get in touch with Marcia. You can listen to Marcia on Angel Heart Radio. Hey, I've got some news for you all. There is a fantastic way you can search out any of our shows much more easily than you've been able to in the past. Angellight777.com. Go to the podcast page. There's a little search. Type in Marcia Martin and you'll find all of her shows. Type in angels, type in compassion, type in anything at all, and you'll get what you want to listen to. So here we are. Look at that. Can you see it, everyone? Isn't that beautiful?
Congratulations.
Thank
So
you.
wonderful, Anayah.
It is. It is.
I
wonderful.
won't sing. Just in my mind, I'm doing
to us. Congratulations to us.
Celebrations.
Congratulations to us. And it's wonderful. There you go, everyone. Please go get your copy on Amazon. And it's just a joy to be able to share this with you. Thanks, everyone. We will be back with you in the last week of the month. We're with you for the first. Actually, the day is going to change. Stay with us and keep an eye on our Facebook page.
Yes.
To when we're going to be doing the live. But you can always listen to this as a podcast as well. It'll be up tomorrow, ready for you to listen to. AngelLight777.com. That's your go-to for everything Angel Heart Radio. Thanks, everyone. You've been absolutely fabulous.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Marcia. It's been a delight.
Thanks,
Thank
Marcia.
you, ladies, for
Anayah.
with me and sharing.
Thank
with
you,
me.
angels.
Thank you. Okay. Bye, everyone.
Oh, hang on. Stop. I forgot to do something. Hang on.
Listening to another fabulous program on Angel Heart Radio. Our goal is to remind you of how much you matter in the world and to let you know that we appreciate who you are in the world. You can check out who's on, when we're on, and who our guests are at angelheartradio.com. Everything is there. It's all just one click away. Angel Heart Radio programs are powerful tools to help you in your life and your life experience. They are not intended, nor should they, be used to replace your medical or legal advice. Powered by love, Angel Heart Radio is brought to you by AngelLight777.com. The views and opinions expressed by Angel Heart Radio hosts, guests, co-hosts and associates should not be construed as advice from Angel Heart Radio. We love you all. Thank you so much for being who you are in the world, for everything you share. And remember, be kind to you because you're valuable, you're wonderful, you're needed exactly the way you are right now. See you soon, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
Mwah.
Love to all.